Hey BookTube, it's Jackie. Welcome back. If you're new to me, hi, my name is Jackie. I sit on my floor and I talk about books. If you're not new to me, welcome back. I'm glad to have you guys here today because I am filming one of my favorite videos to watch, and that is the book hauls. This is not a monthly book haul. This is just a very small book haul that I purchased from Book Outlet. I bought these books in February, but due to a shipment issue, they were not going to be in on time for my February book haul. And I didn't want to wait all the way till March to talk about these because some of these I'm really excited about. So without further ado, we're just going to get right into it. And the first book I'm grabbing is Jenna Glass's The Women's War. So I believe this is the first installment in what is to be a trilogy that is already completed. Not 100% sure about that. So if I am wrong, please let me know. And it follows the lives of two women, Elise, or Alice, however you want to pronounce it, and Ellen. Alice is a single mother of two who is just discovering her fierce talent in politics and for her magic. And Ellen is unexpectedly thrown on to the throne after the death of her grandfather. Yes, her grandfather, the king, and her battle of trying to keep the throne from all the men. Because in this book, they have discovered this spell that has given women the ability to control their own fertility, which at one point in time they were not allowed to. They were expected to know their place and to supply male heirs to powerful men only. That was their only purpose. So when I read this, I thought that was so fantastic because I'm a women's history major and I was a GWS minor in college. So this literally screamed, Jackie, you need to read this book. I have not heard anything else about this book. I have not seen this on BookTube before, so I'm really interested to find out what it's all about. And I do know that the second and third installment, if it is longer than just a trilogy, are already released, so I can marathon those if I like it enough. So I purchased the first book, and I'm really excited about it. So, yay! The next book I also grabbed was another first in a series, and that is the first in the book of Ice, the first book of the Ice series, and it's called The Girl in the Stars by Mark Lawrence. This book takes place in the same realm as Red Sister, which is by Mark Lawrence, which I have not read, so I don't know if I have to read that series before I read this one. If you do, let me know, because I know the second book in this series just released, and that's how I found this one, was I saw the second book, thought it was interesting, realized it was the second, had to go buy the first one. This installment follows a character named Yaz, where she, to resist the cold, to endure the months of night when even the air itself begins to freeze, requires a special breed. Variation is dangerous, difference is fatal, and Yaz is not the same. Yaz's difference tears her from the only life she's ever known, away from her family, from the boy she thought she would spend her days with, and she has to carve out a new path for herself in a world whose existence she never suspected, a world full of difference and mystery and danger. It seems really interesting. The sequel is what really drew me. But of course, if you don't know what's going on in the first book, you can't really read the sequel. So I had to get the first book. So if you know anything about the series, let me know. Also, if you know if I have to read the Red Sister realm to understand this book first, like get the full effect of it, let me know, because I've never heard of the Red Sister book. So, yay. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that loud sound. The next book I picked up is Marina Lostetter's The Helm of Midnight. This is the first installment in the 5 Penalties series. And this follows a heist of what reminds me of a death mask. But this death mask is special as it has the soul or spirit of the deceased imbued into it because it was created by a master craftsman. Well, this death mask gets stolen, and a series of murders begins because the death mask that was stolen was the death mask of a famous serial murderer. And that just really intrigued me. I love the idea of death masks. I'm kind of slightly obsessed with serial killers. I like watching all their documentaries on Netflix and everything. So I thought this one would be very much up my alley. I might wait till like a spooky season to pick this up because I feel like that's the kind of vibe I'm getting from it. But we shall see. I am really excited about this one. Regan at Peruse Books just picked this up as well, and I believe is reading it this month. So I'm really excited to know what she thinks about it. I really like her channel. I like what she picks. So, yay. The next two books I picked up were the sequel and the third installment of the Ruin a King series by Jen Lyons. It is The Name of All Things and The Memory of Souls. I have not picked up the fourth one because the fourth one so far is only released in hardback, and I like these big floppy ones. I mean, listen to that flop. It's so nice. JD Reads at her channel loves this series. She raves about it all the time, and that's what got me turned on to it. It is the story of, his name is Kieran, and he's kind of an anti-hero. He is not destined to save the Empire, but he is destined to destroy it. And I really like the concept of anti-heroes. I find them very, very interesting. Their thought processes, the way things seem to unfold for them always seem far more interesting than just the standard hero, because they're already bad, so they can be as bad as they want to be good. I know it sounds really backwards, but for me it makes sense, and I like the concept of it. So I think I'm really going to enjoy this series when I go to pick it up. The next two books I grabbed are because I have been having this draw to ancient Greek retellings, and both of these are following along those lines. I picked up Pat Barker's The Silence of Girls, which is a retelling of the Iliad through the eyes of the females involved in it. Specifically Briseis, who was made Achilles' concubine, and then Agamemnon fought Achilles over her. So it's kind of really focusing around her story, and I'm kind of excited about it. I really enjoyed the Iliad when I read it in college, so I think I'm going to really enjoy this. And again, I've been having this like urge to pick up some like Greek tragedy retelling, so I might be picking this one up very, very soon. At least I definitely have the urge to be buying them, because I keep being drawn to them. In the bookstores, I'm like, I really want to get that book, but I'm not going to get that book. And so I picked this one up, and then I also picked up 1,000 Ships by Natalie Haynes, which is the story of multiple women during the Trojan War. Women such as the Amazon princess who fought Achilles, Penelope who waited for Odysseus' return, the three goddesses whose feud started the whole thing. It looks like it's going to be, the way it's set up, it seems going to be like episodic for each woman. They're going to talk about what's going on with her during the Trojan War. So I'm really excited about these two. I don't know when I'm going to get to them, but I feel like I'm going to get to them soon. At least I hope so. The next two books I bought were the first and second installment in a series by Kirsten White, and I believe it is called the Camelot Rising Trilogy, and that is the Guinevere Deception and the Camelot Betrayal. So this is the first installment of this, and Kirsten White does what she does in all of her books. She does a gender kind of swap retelling, except she makes Guinevere still a female. She doesn't switch him to be a guy, but she makes Guinevere kind of the badass. Like, she is sent to marry Arthur to protect Camelot, but she also has no idea who she really is. Her identity is kept secret. So I really enjoy that idea. I think it'll be really fun, and I love King Arthur's Camelot. There's the long-running historical joke of when Kennedy was in the White House that it was Camelot. So I have this long-running joke now that my name is Jackie Kennedy that Camelot has survived. So when I saw this series, I had to pick it up. Book Outlet only had the first and second installment. There is a third installment as well. So I really hope I like the first one because I already got the second one. But I was not a fan of And I Darken by Kirsten White, but I did just read The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein by Kirsten White, and it wasn't the worst book I've ever read. So I kind of want to give her another try. I think I'll enjoy. I think maybe And I Darken was a gender retelling of Vlad the Impaler, and I'm just obsessed with that guy. So maybe it was just not the right subject material for me to read a gender retelling of. So maybe this one might work. I don't know, but I really like the way I like the artwork of the covers, and I just think they look really nice. So yay. And the last two books I bought were another first and second installment in a series that I have not read. Kind of bad about this, but that is the Grey Bastards series by Jonathan French. So I got the Grey Bastards and the True Bastards. I read the synopsis of this book and I was like, I have got to read this. You're saying this is like Sons of Anarchy and World of Warcraft Horde had a love child? Holy crap. Yes. Yes. Okay. Love Sons of Anarchy. Not the biggest World of Warcraft fan, but I understand the concept of World of Warcraft, and the Horde is like one of the bigger things from World of Warcraft, and they're riding hogs. Like, instead of bikes, they're riding actual hogs, and I just think it's awesome, and they look like they're elves or whatever, and the Grey Bastards is their band of, you know, I think this thing is gonna be awesome. So, I'm really excited about this one. I'm really pumped to try this one out, and I've heard a lot of good things about this one. Like, all the reviews on Goodreads are fantastic. So when Book Outlet had the first and second installment, I was like, yep, buying those. And I know there's a third one out. So I think it might be a trilogy as well. So I'm kind of excited about all of these. Some of them more in particular than others. But those are the books I got from Book Outlet. Let me know if you have any comments or anything to say about any of these books. I would love to hear from you guys. And I will see you all soon with the next one. Bye.